So today we are going to set up your Joey Kangaroo pump to do a nocturnal feed of 100 mLs per hour times 10 hours, which will be equivalent to about 4 cans of formula. When you turn on your pump, you will have an option to push clear settings or keep settings. The first time you set up your pump, use clear settings to start at 0, as we see here. From then on out, you can use keep settings to keep your regimen the same and avoid having to reset the pump every time. So we are going to be using the 1000 ml feeding bags only, no flushes for your regimen. You will want to go ahead and load a set. You can see the picture flashing of the bag set. And you're going to be hooking in the purple, really spongy part of the tubing, and you'll see that little tab. That's going to be your starting point, and then this circle with the black ring around it is going to be your ending point. So when we flip the door open, you can see that there is a diagram that has 1, the circle with the tab, 2 will be pulling around the wheel, and 3 will be sliding that black line into the correct spot. So I will show you this once we add the bag. Again, tab will be up. Pull it around. There we go. As you can see, we've got our bag loaded, and we can close. Oh, and we have to push this in further because I didn't do it quite right. So at least there we go. And then there we are all set, and it says set loaded, so we know we did it right. From this point, we can see that we have eliminated some of the functions that were showing before because the pump realizes it only has a feeding bag in it now. What we will do next is go to adjusting feed. And then when we're at home, we can really ignore this feed VTBD, and we'll just worry about feed rate at this time, which is in mLs per hour. So we'll go ahead and click feed rate. And then as you can see here, a button will correlate with a number along this black box. Again, your regimen is going to be 100 mLs per hour times 10 hours. So we can go ahead and just use this first arrow. Oop, look, I went past. So that's a good example of what we'll do is we'll just keep going and it will reset. So I click that once and now we have 100 mLs per hour. Enter. We can see here feed rate 100 mLs per hour. We'll click done. At this point, this is where you would want to take your 4 cartons of formula and pour them into your bag and hang it up on your IV pole or backpack, whichever you choose to use. And then once the formula is poured into your bag and the cap is shut, you will want to click prime pump. It is telling you here, disconnect pump or set from patient before priming. So you always want that end to be disconnected. And you can use the auto prime function. Clicking that. So what you'll see here is that the pump is moving formula through the tubing down to the end to prevent any air from getting into your belly. So it will stop automatically when it deems that it's done. Occasionally the formula will stop early. If that happens, hold to prime feed until you see 1 to 2 drips of formula coming out of the end of your tubing. And then we can select done. At this point here, we've got 100 mLs per hour. We've primed our tubing. This is the point that we're going to hook up our feeding to our feeding tube. So this is what we call a calf tip Christmas tree connector. If you have a feeding tube that requires this, you will simply insert this into your tube. Some people also have tubes that twist and lock, and then you can just remove the white tip and use the purple twist and lock into your tubing. Once you have connected yourself to your feeding set, you will go ahead and push run. And you'll know that it's running when you see this drip dropping on the screen. If for any reason you need to hold your feeds, there is a hold button. It will hold for 10 minutes before alarming at you. And then you can also put a resume in time or go ahead and adjust your settings if you need to from that screen. And then you can select run again. And again, we know we're running when we see those drips. If you have any questions, please let us know.